everyone. Welcome to Live Your Dream TV, the coolest place on the web for entrepreneurs to be inspired, educated, and entertained. My name is Carbo. I'll be your host today, and we are here back at the Perfect World Network office, and I have just made an awesome friend. I can't wait to introduce you. All right, so this is Christine Schreibstein of Angel Chatter.
Yes.
Yes, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes,
so
we've actually sat here and already had a full cup of coffee, and we didn't even get to recording yet. So we've been here for a good hour getting to know each other a bit. And I've learned a lot from Christine already. Okay, why don't you tell us a little bit about what Angel Chatter is so I don't say it wrong.
Actually, Angel Chatter, the term came up from my daughter.
Okay.
It was time to redo my website. My original business was Inner Balance because
Okay.
I was doing what I do now, but also teaching Pilates. So Inner Balance became a melding of the two worlds for me.
Okay.
And then I left the Pilates world completely and focused more on helping people become more empowered mentally and spiritually and emotionally versus just the physical aspect. And she goes, "Mom, you chat with angels. Angel Chatter." I'm like, I like that.
Yes.
So she came up with the name and
Yeah.
also then designed my logo for me.
Oh, great. You do use cards, and you also do just one-on-one counseling, and
Correct.
you're just very intuitive, so you can kind of see where people need help.
Correct.
Okay. So you've created your own deck of cards, and
Yes,
I
I
think
have.
that's really, really cool. So I want to touch on that a little bit, even though that's not really the main purpose for our interview this morning. But can you just give us a little, like 1 minute about the cards?
Sure.
Okay.
The cards came about because I really wanted them to be simple,
Okay.
not filled with a lot of illustrative meanings or symbolisms. The message is to be clear, and we already have so much stuff going on in our head. You know, let's not confuse us anymore. It's simple.
Okay.
It's a clear message, sponsored, pulled from a specific archangel. There are 14 archangels highlighted in this deck.
Okay.
And a friend and I sat down one night and we came up with a symbol for each of these archangels.
Okay.
And each symbol can be drawn in one motion.
Okay.
Versus having to take your finger up or your pen up.
Okay.
It's done in one motion. So it can become a tool in itself
Okay.
if you want to work with, say, Archangel Michael specifically, or Gabriel, or whomever that might be in this deck. There are 44 in the deck.
Okay.
And hopefully they will be printed within 6 months.
Great, great, great. And so, why don't you tell us a little bit about, how you got to this point, and a little maybe backstory of, how you got into this profession, and what you're doing right now with it.
All right. So what I'm doing right now with it is my shtick is helping people realize their divine essence, their own divinity, what really makes their boat float.
Okay.
What works for you doesn't work for me.
Right.
What you want may not be what I want, though we may have a similar path. I really love helping people realize what it is that they really want, not by what society or what they've grown up listening to, that chattering that may not be resonating with their heart.
Right.
Your heart's the birthplace of your soul, where your mind's the birthplace of your ego. So step out of your mind a little bit. Come down to here. Because when you listen to your heart, you're not going to be led astray.
Right.
You're really going to follow your truest path, what you want to do. You love elephants.
Yes.
And we talked a little bit about that ago, and some ideas came up that you can do now to keep your connection with elephants stronger.
Right.
And keep building upon those, and you'll eventually have your ideal.
Yeah. Okay.
But it takes, sometimes things take steps.
Yeah.
And it takes a little bit going out of our comfort zone and saying, no, this is who I am.
Right.
I like elephants.
Yeah.
And being cool with saying that.
Yeah.
So when you say it,
yeah, I love elephants.
there you go.
And this is perfect because everybody in today, well, I would say 95% of the people today are just, at least in America, are just overbooked, not enough sleep, too much on the mind, just under a ton of stress. And to, come to Christine and really get grounded and realize, oh, I remember where I was trying to go, is very important.
Right. Well, how many times have you listened to somebody and they go, I have no idea where that 10 years just went?
Right. Yeah.
We get caught up in life.
Yeah.
And we lose track of what we want. So it's a lot about making boundaries, learning how to say no. No is a good word. It's a
I have a really hard time saying no.
Yes, you do.
You just really came to this area a couple of years ago, is that right?
Yep.
Okay, and so now you're really working to get your name out in the Baltimore, Washington area.
Correct.
And so you've decided to be a part of the Women's Expo this year.
Yes, I have. I'm so excited. I really am so excited. I just
Yeah.
found out about it 2 weeks ago, I think.
That's great.
So
Yeah.
I'm thrilled that there was still space, that
Yeah.
Patsy, like, yes, come aboard, like, yay!
Yeah.
And just really have fun with it. And get a
That's
chance
awesome.
to meet people, make some more connections, and just
Yeah.
move on.
There are so many great, even just exhibitors at the expo. I mean, you're just going to have a lot of fun with the exhibitors, and the walkthrough is amazing. There's a ton of foot traffic, so it's going to be a great weekend.
Oh, lovely.
But bring your coffee. You'll
Okay.
need that.
I will bring my coffee. I'll bring you some too.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Awesome. And so, in addition, what are you going to do at the expo?
I will be selling a little bit of merchandise,
Okay.
but primarily seeing clients for mini sessions.
Great.
So 15 minutes minimum, because
Okay.
anything less than that, you're not getting any meat, you're not going to get
Sure.
any tangible tools you can take with you to keep you moving where you wish to go.
Absolutely. Okay, that sounds fun.
So that's going to be the primary focus.
So when I'm not at my booth, you can you'll know where to find me.
We'll be talking about elephants.
And not only that, but you're writing a book.
I am.
Okay, so
I am.
that's very, very exciting. I love the book. I can't wait to buy it. Tell us about the book.
Thank you. It's called The Gabby Life.
Okay.
Gabby is spelled G-A-B-I,
Mm-hmm.
and it's an acronym for Grace Always Begins Inside.
Okay.
And it came from my dog, Gabby.
Gabby.
Gabby. You too can have the life of a dog. But it means that you too can have a life that is full of unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
You too can have a life full of unconditional joy. We adopted Gabby,
Okay.
whose real name was Gabriella, which is, a little kickback to Archangel Gabriel.
Oh, good.
Yes, it's all about angels. But her name quickly got shortened to Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
So when the book is complete, it'll have 14 chapters.
Okay.
12 will be the working chapters, so each chapter is designed for 1 month.
Okay.
So it starts off with the Gabby story, quickly turning it into us, meaning Gabby, you, and me, and then switching it over to you
Right.
on how you too can learn from these lessons. For example, the first story we did was The Evil Enemy,
Okay.
and it was about Gabby barking at butterflies.
Right.
Now, you and I would go, butterflies? We're barking at butterflies. But she was literally petrified of it.
That's
It was
so
this
funny.
really, really scary thing for her in the yard.
Right.
Well, after I stopped laughing at her, I explained to her what a butterfly was, and she went like, yeah, talk to the hand. She didn't believe me.
Right.
And quickly went out to the yard. They scattered, but within 1 week, she had butterflies landing on her.
See, that's amazing, isn't
Which
it?
is really cool. So
Yeah.
she went from a really scary thing
Right.
in her world, which was a butterfly, to going, yeah, okay, I can tolerate them, and you know what? I kind of like them now.
Yeah.
So how many times do we bark at something just because it's new?
Yeah.
And so just because it's new, it's scary.
Right.
So we can look at the butterfly as an example and then go, all right, so the chapter will have the Gabby story, talking then about us, about you,
Yeah.
and then a nice little call to action of things you can do. It's never things you have to do, but things,
Right.
these are ideas of things you can do.
Right.
And then ending with a mantra.
Isn't that an awesome idea? I'm so excited.
Thanks. I'm very, very excited.
Yeah.
about
So for our viewers, can you give maybe a little piece of advice for them who are aspiring to be great, have dreams, have ideas, but busy lives? What do they need to do?
All right, so I did a radio show not too long ago, and the topic was resolution versus inspiration.
Okay.
Okay, so think about your New Year's resolution. Losing weight's always a big one. Making more money is always a big one.
Yes.
Yeah, and if I say, Tara, your resolution is you want to make more money.
Mm-hmm.
How does that make you feel?
Like I have to get to work.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel pressure.
Yeah.
Do you feel inspired?
No.
No.
Yeah.
You have like this cloud hanging
Yeah.
over your head. So in the little time I've met you, we know now, love elephants.
Yes.
You're out of the closet on that one. And you really love connecting with people.
Okay.
You've got this
Yeah.
great little light about you, and you want to help other people spread their word.
Yeah.
But you want to make more money. So you're inspired to help people launch their business better, expand their platform.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe your inspiration is, how can I reach more people?
Okay.
And how can I charge accordingly
Right.
to make more money?
Yeah.
Now, does this sound more obtainable?
Yes, because it's something that I am already comfortable with. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So instead of I resolve to make more money, I'm inspired to connect with more people.
Yeah.
So my comment to our lovely viewers is, what are you inspired to do? What is your heart telling you
Yes.
that's going to make you extremely happy and joyful? Not what you resolve, not what your head's telling you, but what is your heart telling you?
That's awesome. Thank
Thanks.
you. Well, guys, that's your question of the day. You know what to do. Comment down below and maybe just meditate on that for a little while and figure that one out. You guys definitely want to get in touch with Christine. She will be at the Women's Expo. She is at Valley Wellness Center. And why don't you give us your website, too?
It's angelchatter.com.
Thanks, Christine. You've been amazing.
Thank you, Tara.
Awesome. Guys, our passion is your passion, and together our goal is to go out there and help one more person live their dream. We'll see you tomorrow.